Oh, okay.
And hunting deer in Florida is really hard. I mean, I've talked to I don't know how many old people that go to Kansas, Ohio, everything else that have told me if you can kill deer consistently in Florida, you can kill deer anywhere.
Right. Yeah, that's what you were saying.
I mean, the deer is like deer hunting, especially public land, not private land, because you're allowed to bait in Florida. But
Right.
if you can go to public land and kill deer consistently in Florida, you can kill them in any state you want to.
Now, would you say that's because of the pressure or just the weather, or what would you say, like, in your experience, is like the main cause of that?
I would say the pressure one.
Pressure.
Land is, I mean, especially like good private land, not nothing but pine trees and palmettos. It's hard to find. Along with pressure, there's a lot of hunters and not that much land here. The weather conditions, I mean, the deer in Florida, like most states, you can tell when the deer are going to rut. Whereas in Florida, the deer literally rut from the end of September to January.
Oh
Like,
man.
it's the rut is just, it's crazy.
Now, would I
Um,
mean, like, is that because I noticed, like, a lot of deer have been going into rut. Like, I've noticed some fresh scrapes and some rubs and stuff in northern Florida when I've been checking out some spots that I was scouting. Is it because we get these random cold fronts and then it gets hot, or is that just how they're wired?
so, I mean, opening day of bow season was in the 90s. In
Right.
the morning, I mean, an hour after daylight, it was in the 90s. 2 weeks later, it dropped down to where it was just under 80 degrees. And in the tree stand that morning. When that happens, then the deer start going. I had boys that have private land. A buddy of mine has 1,300 acres of private land, and he had scrapes the week after opening day of bow season, and that's September, early September. So
Yeah.
I mean, with that kind of, you can't pattern deer. You can't pattern a rut in Florida due to the weather conditions.
Okay. Well.
So, with that being said, duck hunting is just as hard or even harder to pattern in Florida because when a bird gets to Florida, they've seen every call, trick, and tactic there is before they get to us.
Okay. Cause what? Cause they're migrating or whatever.
Yeah, they migrate all the way down from Canada, everywhere, like all the way down
So
to Florida.
so we're looking at those. We're looking at those champion ducks. We're looking at those ones that survive from Alaska
We're looking
to.
at the birds that have got past every mojo, jerk string, and mallard's call to get to us.
Okay.
So
Well.
when you kill ducks in Florida, you don't have a set spot that you sit there and call and the birds come into consistently. You have to hunt the birds in Florida just like you have to hunt a deer. You have to find their feed patterns, where they're at.
Okay.
If you could find 300 ringnecks on a lake tomorrow, and they'll be gone the next day. You have to find them. If somebody shoots up that hole before you get there, you've got to find them the next day. And you just got to be the first person there and know where they're going to land at, because you could have a lake that's a mile wide, and they'll land in one specific spot where the hydrilla is, and they'll eat it. That you have to have the exact spot.
Okay. Now, do you do kind of like a running gun situation where you hit a spot that you might think's good, or like how would you go about, like, if I'm out there right now, I pull up in my truck and I want to hit some some public land, what would you like recommend as far as like?
If you have the weekend, you get there the day before you hunt, and you search 5 or 6 different spots to hunt.
Okay.
You don't try to hunt. You try to find the birds. once you find the birds, you know where they're coming, and you sit there the next morning. You have your decoys, and what a lot of people don't know is the most important decoy in a Florida duck hunting is the most important decoy is a coot decoy.
What was the decoy?
A coot decoy.
Coot?
Coot. C-O-O-T.
Okay, coot decoy. And what kind of, like, why would you say that one's the best decoy?
Because coots are nationwide.
Okay.
And so every duck in every state has a main body of water. The main bird where I'm at, where we're at in north central Florida, is coots. You can get on a lake and see 1,000 coots and see one duck. But there's coots everywhere. So coots make the ducks more comfortable.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. So it makes them comfortable. So when we go,
ringnecks are the main bird that we shoot up here.
Ringneck.
And I have a little wooden boat that I bought from an old man, building himself a little layout boat, 8 foot long, 4 foot wide. I can lay down there and hide completely. I have it painted up perfect to hide the lily pads and grass and everything. And I'll carry a half a dozen coot decoys with me and one great ringneck.
Okay.
And then I'll bring Mojo Mamma Jamma, the one that floats on the water, squirts water, spins its wing and pauses, sits still, and does it again. With those 7 decoys, I can't tell you how many limits of ducks I've killed by myself.
Now, would you say, so you're saying these coots, they make the other ducks feel comfortable, so, so pretty much I'm taking it like these ducks got some pretty good eyesight here if they're seeing a splash and decoy and a type of duck on the ground.
A duck has eyesight better than a deer does. A duck can see a flash of white from a mile up in the sky.
Wow.
I mean, a duck basically has the same eyesight as a turkey does.
Wow. That's, yeah, and he's got a little more range coming from the sky than what a turkey does on the ground.
Right.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you. So those are some pretty good tips, man. I feel like we're taking this in the right direction here. As a beginner, I already feel like, just, you wanna be confident. It sounds like, but you don't want to be, you don't want to get frustrated just because you are, up against it. It sounds like Florida in itself is a huge challenge. It's overpopulated. There's not a lot of land. We're getting the ducks that have already seen every hunter from Alaska to Florida. So, if you could say one of the main failures of going out there and duck hunting that you're like, wow, if I would have just knew this from day one, what would you say like one of the main failures that you learned from is?
I'm trying to think you know the duck.
Okay.
If you sit there and say the duck's going to do this in the morning, you messed up already.
Okay. So just
until you scout, even if you scout, you can say a duck's going to do one thing in the morning, and you might not see a single bird. It's easier to figure out a woman than it is a duck.
Oh man, that's rough then.
Yeah, I mean, if you could write a book that tells somebody exactly how to figure out a duck, especially in Florida, you'd make $1 million.
Well, I tell you what, it sounds like it's my kind of hunting, because that's why they call it hunting and not killing, because I don't mind putting the work in and stuff. I mean, hopefully on the 30th when we meet up, we're successful, but I mean, even if we're not, it sounds like I'm going to get some good crash course here in Florida duck hunting. So I'm sure a lot of people.
Even if not, I've got some teal in the freezer from early teal season. We had a really successful opening weekend down there, and we got some. Like I said, we got on them. We got lucky. Really, all the other farms dried up,
right.
And our farm just happened to hold water, and ended up getting a 2-man limit on Friday, a 5-man limit on Saturday, and a 3-man limit on Sunday. So
Wow.
we've got some ducks, so we can I can show you some really good recipes and everything for duck when you come up here.
Yeah,
Show you
for
how to
sure.
cook. Because a lot of people don't realize that wild duck is a lot different than a duck you get from a restaurant, like an expensive restaurant. A wild duck is a lot darker meat than the farm duck.
Okay.
So it'll be a great learning experience. I can show you a lot of things, what to look for, how to find ducks, the different food they eat, and we can get some things rolling, and I can show you some great recipes for whenever you do kill some ducks, and some great ways to cook them up for everybody to like.
Yeah, that sounds good, man. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never had duck, so my taste buds will be susceptible to something new here. Which I'm sure I'll like it because there's not much wild game I don't like, especially when it's prepared by somebody that prepares it often. So, yeah, we'll meet up on the 30th. We'll hunt. We'll try to get together before then. But we know the 30th kind of set in stone. We'll get together and learn an experience here, and see if we can't teach some other guys that maybe have wanted to get out there and duck hunt and they just haven't jumped into it like me. I've wanted to do it for a while. I just haven't taken that step into the pool yet. But doing this challenge here, it's kind of giving you that extra push that you need to get out there. And we'll get together too on these quota hunts and try to see if we can't get a deer or a hog. But I definitely think in this duck hunt, I'm pretty excited for it. So
for sure, we might even when we do it, we might even have to get some deer meat to throw on the grill at the same time as the duck. Get a whole big smorgasbord going on, because you know what's going to happen. You know what's happening on the November 30th, don't you?
What?
The Florida Gators are going to destroy the Florida State Seminoles.
Oh, okay.
That's going to happen on this.
So we got some duck hunting planned. We got some hardcore rival football planned. We got some good food planned. I think that's gonna be a day, man. I think that's gonna be a trip right there.
It's gonna be a Florida trip to remember.
So yeah, like we were saying, it's definitely going to be a trip to remember. I've lived in Florida for about 5 years now, and it's my first year really getting into hunting hardcore down here. Taking a break from northern hunting for a little bit. So, I'm excited to get together, man, and learn from a true Floridian here.
Yeah. I was born and raised, that's where deer, turkey, duck, that's what I do down here. Hog. I don't kill a lot of hogs, but when one walks across me, I kill coyotes, the whole 9 yards, so.
Okay, well, I tell you what, man, we'll, just to kind of recap for everybody, me and LJ are getting together. We're getting together on November 30th. We're going to try to get together before then and do a little deer and hog hunting, but we're definitely getting together November 30th. We got a football game planned, rivalry. We have some food that's going to happen there. Some duck, some deer. Have us a big old smorgasbord of food. And he's going to teach me, first-time duck hunter, kind of some basics to get out there. A few things that we kind of went over is the reason duck hunting is a little harder in Florida is because it's a lot of people and not a lot of land. There's a lot of pressure.
And hot weather.
A lot of hot weather. So we're definitely, the odds are stacked against us. But that's what it's about. It's gonna be hardcore, and then when we are successful, we're gonna it's going to be, I think, a lot more worth it instead of it just getting handed to us. We just go out there, kill 500 ducks in a day and eat, and the football team wins. And it normally doesn't happen that way. If it was, I'm sure everybody would want to hunt all the time. But so it looks like, one of the main tips that LJ told us about here is, not predicting the bird. Not thinking you know everything about the bird. Put your scouting in, do a little run and gun, find you some good spots, but don't think you have it all down, because that duck's going to turn it on and he's going to be out of there. Another thing that we went over was coots. Coots make ducks feel better. They make them feel, I guess, more comfortable. It sounds like. Um, so you want to have some coot decoys with you, and we're gonna go over these recipes. It's a whole different ball game than your normal duck. It sounds like these wild ducks are their own thing. So I'm definitely looking forward to this, man.
Yeah, me sure, me too. Like for sure, it's too high. But we'll definitely get in some birds and definitely be able to show people, especially on divers, because most people don't recommend eating diver ducks. If we get on some ringnecks, you got some great recipes on how to make a diver duck better than a chicken breast you can buy from the grocery store.
All right, nice. Well, like I said, man, I like to eat. I'm a big boy, so this is gonna be awesome here. And I'm
Yeah,
sure
for
it's gonna
sure.
give those people that extra push they need to get out there and I know as a hunter we don't like to we want others hunting. It's kind of one of those bittersweet things. We want other people learning and hunting, but we also want to keep them all for ourselves. But I feel like given
It
that
is what it is, man.
it
I
it
mean,
is.
it's the more people out there, the more people there is to support it. So,
That's true, man. Hunting is it's not like it was. The numbers for people who hunt, especially ethically, have just dramatically just are gone. It's a dying thing. So for us to get out here and you're showing me how to duck hunt, and hopefully I can pass it to someone else because growing up in Virginia, that wasn't a thing we did. So I'm getting to learn a different style of hunting, which is great because that's what it's about is learning new things. And I appreciate you getting together and teaching me this. So it'll be awesome.
yeah, man. I mean, there's two things I know for it: turkey hunting and duck hunting. But I can kill a few deer here, there, every now and again. So,
Well, we got
like
the
I said, I'm
spring.
excited for it. I'm excited for the video. I'm excited to teach people about the love of duck hunting, like I have. And honestly, there's a couple different recipes that I'm still trying out, figuring out and everything. So hopefully by the second video, I'll have everything perfected to where whenever I share it with you guys, I'll be called the next Gordon Ramsay of duck.
Nice. Well, we'll plan a date and we'll get together and we'll get that on the road, man.
Sounds great, buddy.
Hope everybody enjoyed this week's update. Give us a like on the video. Let us know what you think. And share with your friends. Maybe there's somebody that's been wanting a duck hunt. This might be the video for them. Stay tuned because next week we're going to go over what gear is needed when you are going on a duck hunt. And eventually we're going to have that full video of me out there, LJ out there, and we're putting the ducks down.